Hello, everybody. It's your girl, DAZZLE, and I'm back for another tarot reading. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you would like to book a private reading, everything is in the description box. And before I go any further, everything I do here is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only on these YouTube streets. Okay, until like modern science comes up with this big old mathematical equation that the metaphysical science is a valid form of science, and that this form of divination, just like any other tool of divination I use or any other spiritualist use or whatever, are valid. Everything is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to be doing Chrisean Rock and her sister Tesehki. So recently, if you guys have been following her and her sister, Chrisean has been on Zeus Network on Baddies, right? And for Baddies East, you know, her sister, tried out for Baddies East. And pretty much Chrisean helped her get on the show. Even though her sister says that some things happened behind the scenes. And it sounds like Chrisean didn't really want her to get on the show. Whatever the case may be. That's all alleged. I don't know for a fact. But when she was on the show, Chrisean Rock was pregnant, right? Which I don't understand why you would want to go on a show that fights all the time while pregnant. That's a lot. You know, that's a lot of stress. But I understand as far as money, you know. And basically, her sister, she was trying to get her sister to beat up Woe Vicky. Her sister said she didn't want to beat up Woe Vicky because she know Woe Vicky is not a fighter, so that's bullying. So after that, you know, she gets her sister jumped by a bunch of girls on the show. And they fell out, and then I guess they started talking again. But then they fell out again when, you know, the show, you know, when the show airs certain episodes and stuff like that, people started siding with Tesehki, right? So then when people started siding with Tesehki and Tesehki was saying whatever she was saying, that's when Chrisean Rock wanted to basically blast the fact that when they were kids, Tesehki used to play house with her and do little stuff, right? And it was validated by, as in like, you know, their nephew. Their nephew not too long ago said that Tesehki did something with him. And things like that. These allegations in the family, right? Now, mind you, if we're going to talk about it, we have to talk about the fact that they come from a big family. Blueface. Chrisean Rock and Tesehki's mom had a lot of children. That's my dog. My dog snores, right? Has a lot of children. And, you know, while she was having these children back in the day, she was on drugs. So, and the father was in and out. So it was no sense of stability for them in a way, I guess. And basically, you know, when kids are left alone, they tend to do little stuff, right? And my thing is with this, if she was playing house with you, somebody must have been playing house with her. You know, kids, when they're doing that type of stuff to each other, they're learning it from somebody. So, as far as I'm concerned, both of them are victims, and the parents and the adults were the problem. You know, so I can't just blame Tesehki and smudge her name for that. So, for me, the thing I want to know is, why now say that about Tesehki? Why now do that when in fact you've been holding on to this whole time? You guys have been cool, but ever since Baddies East, it seemed like now it's a problem. And people started seeing certain stuff and questioning Chrisean about why would she do this or why would she do that, or siding with her sister. Now you bring out that she touched you inappropriately when you guys were kids. I feel like in a way I can understand why people think that she's using it to get at and to get people to think that Tesehki is some type of predator. So, I'm going to just ask my pendulum. The first thing I'm going to ask. In my pendulum, if it moves this way, it's a yes. If it moves this way, it's a no. Is Tesehki a predator? Is Tesehki truly a predator? Because they tried to call her a child predator. Is she truly a child predator? It says no. So then we're going to have to talk about that. The pendulum says no. Tesehki is not truly a child predator. So therefore, I can't call her a child pedo. Okay? So, can't do that. So, what was the reason behind Chrisean's Rock's allegations? Okay, so what was the reasoning behind it? Why would she say it now instead of then? Or why would you give Tesehki a platform to even have and to become famous or whatever, and she did all these things to you, and then wait till y'all fall out because you got her jumped, then to say she did all these things to you? Why wait till now? What was the motivation behind that? 1, 2, 3. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Justice in the reverse. The Two of Cups is in the back. Okay, so I will tell you this though, and I want to pull one more. I will tell you this, and then one more I pulled was the Two of Swords. Okay. Is money motivated? Okay, that's for one. For two, didn't Blueface try to use Tesehki and be like, oh, she's a real one, when Tesehki wouldn't fight Woe Vicky? He said Tesehki was a real one, right? And then just like she was using Lil Baby, saying that Lil Baby was a real one. You see what I'm saying? So, So the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, this is something that comes in solid, stable offer, right? This is a solid, stable thing, right? So, I feel like Tesehki was getting something stable coming in for her. Okay, a coin, right? Tesehki actually made a good rollout on baddies. People like Tesehki. I feel like people wanted to give Tesehki, opportunities. You have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles talks about a woman, it can be a miserable woman, who is money hungry. They care more about money than people. She cares more than she needs to about money, because usually upright, she is stable. So somebody in this equation cares more about money than what they need to be. Okay? So Tesehki was given an offer, was given opportunities through baddies, or whatever, or is really going to get that. And you have someone, and mind you, with the Queen of Pentacles, she will make your life a living hell. Okay? So, who is usually stable and has money, but more worried about money than what they need to be? We know this. It's Chrisean. This cat looks like Chrisean. Okay? From angles. Chrisean's a pretty girl. But usually she's all up in her own bag. She has her money. She's stable. She has a career, abundance. And she's holding that coin like a baby. In the reverse, this is someone who is too worried about money. More worried about money than family. So she would throw her family. The Justice card is in the reverse. This is an injustice, okay? And the injustice could be bad karma. Or it can be, What do I want to say? Because it can either be someone did you wrong or you did someone else wrong. So, I think what the issue is here, she brought it up because she was worried about Tesehki getting an opportunity. Did something happen? Yes. But based on this, especially with this Two of Swords, this is being on the fence about it. It's like, and it's being defensive, blockish. They don't want you to see. Gatekeeping almost in a way. I kind of feel like these two been through things. And they both share trauma. And I do think that she exploited that trauma. Because it's about partnerships. The Two of Cups. Partnerships. And it's upright. So I think this is for money. Okay. So then I'm going to ask, because I do feel like there's something valid about it. So did this happen? Give me the energy of them when they were children playing house. Like, what happened? Did this happen? They have secrets, of course. 1, 2, 3. This is the Hangman in the reverse. The Chariot. And the Four of Cups. Did it happen? I think the Hangman in the reverse just talks about some stuff like if being stubborn, not wanting to see it from a different point of view, moving on, moving forward, coming forward. And this is the Four of Cups, talks about discontent, not wanting to receive an emotional offer. Okay, let's read it then. Stubbornness. The Hangman in the reverse. It can be stubborn and not willing to see that maybe you need to change some things. Go have a new perspective on things. Again, when it comes to these children playing house, touching each other. Allegedly, if that happened, the perspective shouldn't be she's the bad wolf. The perspective should be what wolf came into the den and messed with these children. That's the perspective that it should be. The Chariot, okay? You have this person in the car. I mean, well, this is literally a train, right? And they're moving forward. But you have the Sphinx, right? Right here. And the Sphinx is like a representation of like some type of godly power. Like it's part of, it represents godly power, like God. Like I like to say that when I look at this card, God is watching you and watching you every step of the way going through life on this train. So I do think the perspective should be they've been neglected and there was abuse and God held them through the way. But instead of them understanding with the Four of Cups, they're looking at all the bad, but there's good right here that they don't want to take, you know. And just like this lady who's trying to give the other lady some medicine in bed, she don't want to take that medicine or take that antidote because she's worried about all of this. So to me, I feel like God held you through all this, and the truth is right now there is love, there is an opportunity to connect to your family in ways that you guys were not able to connect back then. But you guys are so stuck on who did what and who said what and who acted like what, and I don't like your attitude, I don't like your attitude, that y'all don't see that this was something that happened. But it's a testimony, yes, but it's something that I blame your parents for. That it feels like your parents should be blamed for. You guys were kids, no matter how you look at it. There was someone who needed to guide you. I mean, God was there the whole time. God sees all. But there's blame that you should be given, and it's not amongst y'all kids. You shouldn't be blaming each other, your siblings. Blame the people that was supposed to be watching y'all. The Page of Cups brings good news. The Page of Cups is someone who is very intuitive, impressionable. Okay, so these were impressionable kids. So you have, if ever they seen anything, if ever they heard anything, listen to some type of raunchy music, listen to the, adults in the house saying some lewd things. If they walked in on lewd acts, if adults were doing certain things and acting certain ways around them, they soaked it in. So, again, they were playing house because that's what they learned. Okay? So, I don't blame Tesehki. I don't blame Chrisean. I don't blame none of these individuals for anything that has been done onto them. Right? Especially as children. You can't point one child out and call them a sexual deviant or something, knowing that where do they learn it from? That's the biggest thing. So, I need to blame your parents. Right? The adults in the house, or who wasn't in the house. I blame them. Let's see, with the nephew. Did Tesehki inappropriately touch the nephew? 1, 2, 3. The Ace of Cups is in the reverse. And I just did that for a yes or no. If it's a yes, it would have been upright. If it's a no, this talks about someone who's not feeling loved, right? I think it's a no, and this nephew is not feeling loved. Okay, so I feel like whatever the nephew is saying, he's coming out because he doesn't feel loved. So, did Tesehki inappropriately mess with the nephew? Yes or no, Spirit? Did Tesehki inappropriately touch the nephew, mess with the nephew? It's given no. Tesehki did not inappropriately touch this nephew. So, will Tesehki sue? Because Tesehki needs to sue. I mean, because you can't hold something that children did against each other as adults when it comes to that. Because technically, that's the issue that you guys need therapy for, because your parents and the adults around you taught somebody, or inadvertently taught somebody something wrong. They dropped the ball. Will Tesehki sue, or attempt to sue, her sister Chrisean for those allegations? And yeah, 1, 2, 3. The King of Swords is upright. Yes. So there will be, because the King of Swords you can look at as a judge. It's a truth teller, and what a judge does is, after looking at all the facts, they come up with a decision. That's what a King of Swords do. So she will be talking to somebody about legal issues, and if she goes to a judge, I think they would side with Tesehki. Okay? So that's what I have. So I want one Nature Spirit Oracle card for these siblings, because it's messed up. I think it was about money, because Tesehki was getting things, was about to start getting opportunities and gaining momentum. So someone did that to cause drama and try to clip Tesehki up. So I'm going to give one card for Tesehki, one card for Chrisean. Spirit, give me a card. What would you like to tell Tesehki? And I don't know what message Spirit has for Tesehki. 1, 2, 3. That's for Tesehki. What does Spirit want to tell Chrisean? What message does Spirit have for Chrisean? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're going to do this and then we're going to roll out. But that is sad. I don't think that that's cool to bring up without therapy. They should have went to a therapist to... I mean, it shouldn't... I mean, I understand that people like to be transparent. But sometimes I do think in order to save family relationships, sometimes it's best to not put it on the internet and to talk about it with the therapist amongst each other, or it can be separate. And then when y'all come to a conclusion, one day y'all can come into a thing where it's everybody around and then put it on the internet. Like, y'all can actually have the conversation after y'all mended things. Because doing it like this doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound nice. Okay, so with Tesehki, she got Dream Traveler. I think she's intuitive, and I think that she is flowing. I think there's abundance with her. I think she's prospering, and I think it's her time to prosper and to chase those dreams. So let's look at Dream Traveler. You are a channel for spirit. Trust your intuition, hunches, and gut reactions. This is a visionary card with the message that you're on the right path, even if it doesn't always seem like it. Your higher self and spiritual guides, ancestors, and guardians are watching over you and supporting you. You are blessed and you are a blessing. You are a dreamer in the most wondrous definition of the word. So, Tesehki, you are blessed. You're supposed to be here. You're not taking nobody else's light, because you can't take nobody else's light. You have your own light and you're letting it shine. Okay, so everything that's happening is because you're embracing your own light, okay? And you deserve everything positive that's coming your way. So keep chasing your dreams and keep going. Okay, so with Chrisean Rock, Spirit is saying, walking in beauty. So that's nice. Walking in beauty. But the sun is right here. Just walking your power, like gaining your power. Like, just be assured of yourself. Like, you know, you need to walk in confidence. Okay, walk in your abundance. Act like you're abundant. Act like you're confident. Know that you're beautiful. Know that you're wonderful, and all these other amazing things, right? So it says, radiant beauty surrounds you. You're beautiful inside and out. No matter what your age, your grace is growing, being in balance. As you walk in beauty and feel gratitude for it, your life will be filled with immense splendor. Whenever you can, spend time in natural, wild spaces. As you see and hear and feel beauty around you, your own beauty will grow. So what I would say here, and to wrap this all up, Chrisean has to understand that just because Tesehki is chasing her dreams and getting the recognition or the attention that she was meant to have, does not dim her light. I think she felt like it was going to dim her light, and that's not what that were. Okay, so this is all because she felt threatened by Tesehki. Okay, that's what it was. There's issues there, but she felt threatened by Tesehki. And again, I'm going to repeat this. Tesehki deserves to be in the spotlight. This is what was promised to her. This is her path. Let her be in her path and chase her dreams. With Chrisean, she needs to be confident and stand in her power and know that can't nobody take anything from her, because nobody's taking anything from her. Okay, so that's what I got for real, y'all. Peace. Love y'all for real.